Former President Donald Trump was also on the trail, campaigning in Michigan and Wisconsin, where he focused on women's reproductive care. Speaking to the crowd in Michigan, Trump laid out his policies for IVF and fertilization treatments. And here's what he had to say.
As part of our efforts to help working families, I'm announcing today in a major statement that under the Trump administration, your government will pay for, or your insurance company will be mandated to pay for, all costs associated with IVF treatment, fertilization for women, IVF treatment. Because we want more babies, to put it very nicely. And for this same reason, we will also allow new parents to deduct major newborn expenses from their taxes.
So joining me now with the latest is CBS News campaign reporter and attorney Katrina Kaufman. So yesterday, Trump focused his message on protecting women's reproductive rights. We've spoken about how his attacks against Vice President Kamala Harris could actually alienate this major voting bloc. I think this IVF announcement came as a surprise to many, many people, and a particularly expensive campaign promise. But I take it that this is his attempt to sort of shore up those suburban women that he's been accused of alienating, both him and his vice presidential campaign.
This absolutely seems to be a play for women who, as you said, have been coalescing around Vice President Kamala Harris, and perhaps for undecided voters. Of course, Trump previously campaigned on overturning Roe versus Wade, which has been seen as leading to restrictions on IVF. But this is actually in line with something he said after the Alabama Supreme Court ruling back in February. He did say that he supported IVF back then. But one thing I'd like to point out is that in terms of abortion rights, Trump has always said that that's something that should be left to the states. But he's now making this national IVF proposal.
Yeah, right. It seems like the two sort of sentiments conflict a little bit with each other. In the meantime, what's he going to be doing over the next couple of days? What are his movements going to be like today?
So today he has a chat with Moms for Liberty here in D.C., and then he has a rally in Johnston, Pennsylvania. So that'll be his fourth time back there, and it brings him back near Butler, Pennsylvania, where, of course, that assassination attempt happened. And
really quickly, late yesterday, Trump's attorneys asked for his hush money case to be moved to federal court. The same request was denied last year. Can you explain why they're making the request again now?
So they're saying that based on the Supreme Court's immunity ruling, this case should be moved to federal court. Trump has also been arguing that he's getting a biased treatment in Justice Merchan's court. And of course, he is trying to delay. He is bumping up against a deadline because Merchan is supposed to decide by September 16th whether or not to overturn that guilty verdict in the New York criminal trial. There is currently a sentencing set for September 18th, and Trump really wants to make that not happen. If this gets removed to federal court, that would be put on pause.
Delay, delay, delay. Katrina, thank you very much.
Thank you.